Good evening, and welcome to the 2019 Creston Community High School National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. I am Sadie Green, the 2019 Creston Community High School National Honor Society President. Before we begin this evening, I ask that you please rise as Senior Brianna Ross leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Brianna. We are gathered here today to formally recognize those students who have earned their position to soon be inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. To begin our evening, we have asked a prominent member of our community to speak about the importance of the 4 pillars of NHS: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Please welcome our guest speaker to the stage, Sharon Snodgrass.
Good evening, everybody. Can I say congratulations before we do that all stuff? Do that? Yeah. Well, congratulations to you all officially and to the students, but also congratulations to parents and guardians as well. You know, there's nothing better in life than the triumphs of our children, and this is definitely one of those times of triumph. Now, I know you all are familiar with the pillars: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. And all of the pillars are exemplary qualities for us to strive for in all of our lives. I know the focus of National Honor is towards school and your time here, but you have a lot of life to live after these school days and years. There are a multitude of situations beyond the doors at Creston Community High School when you have to reach into your inner self and determine how you're going to react to a situation or to the personalities you might be encountering. And at that time, a decision is to be made where you dig deep to determine the best action. Well, the first pillar is scholarship. And I think that scholarship is more than just a good grade on the test. I think it's defined by learning. And learning is knowledge acquired by study. Now, a few years ago, I read a book by Gladwell. It's called Outliers, The Story of Success. It has kind of a nice example in there, I think. In the 1990s, they did a study. You know, they're always doing studies about every little thing. And they studied student violinists who were starting about the age 8 to show they were emerging into success. And they were doing their best in class. They were working harder and practicing more than anyone else. 6 hours a week when they're 9, 8 hours a week when they're 12, 16 when they're 14, up to 30 hours a week when they're 20 years old. And at age 20, these elite violin players had totaled 10,000 hours of practice. People at the top don't just work hard, but they work harder than most. They work much, much harder. I know. They're just dying to work harder, right? Another example, the same, the 10,000 hour thing, the Beatles. They mean more to me than they mean to you because they were really the thing when I was your age. They were a struggling high school rock band, and they spent 8-hour stints at playing at clubs in Hamburg, Germany, 7 nights a week before their famous days. They got better, grew more confident, and accrued those 10,000 hours of practice. This led to some good success for those young folks. There's another young 8th grade math whiz that loved computer programming. He had a tenacious mother who talked the Mothers Club or the PTO into purchasing time on the computer terminal at his school. It wasn't like Wi-Fi where everybody gets it. You had to be on a specific computer, you had to log in, all that kind of thing. And it gave him a direct link to a mainframe computer in downtown Seattle, Washington. And it wasn't long before the money they had paid was all used up, because they used up all the time. They found other ways, raised some more money, the students used up the time. Then he and his buddies found out that they could get access to computers at the University of Washington. And so they went there nights and weekends to use computers to practice programming. Now, any idea who that guy was? Nobody? Well, a young man that you've probably heard of by the name of Bill Gates. So when he was a sophomore, he dropped out of school at Harvard. Now I want you to forget that dropped out of school part. That's what he did. And he decided to try his hand at programming for his own software company. And by this time, he had 7 years of lots of nonstop programming to fine-tune his skills, well over 10,000 hours. These stories exemplify the power of hard work, studying to learn, studying to get better. So learning is a catalyst for growth and opportunity. So make a plan. Please make a plan to invest yourself in a pattern of lifelong learning. Even when you finish that senior year of college, you're not going to be done. Leadership. Now, I saw some of these young folks when they were kindergartners coming to school for the first time. And I could see leadership skills emerging even then. Now, it was a little less refined. Maybe it was helping your person get their coat right. Maybe it was playing a certain game with someone. Maybe it was doing an activity with somebody and you were encouraging things. Now, sometimes this leadership at kindergarten level was kind of a cross between leadership and bossing, but it was still the beginnings of leadership. Leadership that you each can bring to our world today is sorely needed. Someone needs to step up to the plate and speak for others. You all need to lead others onto a good path and help others to realize this need for helping other people. We're never done with that other thing. An important example of a good leader would be somebody standing up for a bullied friend or acquaintance. That's probably one of the hardest jobs you'd ever do as a leader. By participating in student government, you're always positively looking for things that you can improve about our school. What are things that we could do to help now? And things that are for the good of the cause. It's going to help students and it's going to help our schools. And you can lead projects to show that you have respect for yourself, respect for others, and respect for this place, no matter where this place is going to be. Number 3 is character. Now, a student with exemplary character makes decisions based on the rules of moral conduct. Now, we all know how insensitive the world is now on how we treat others through our words and actions. You and I have to be careful of that myself, must use constant vigilance in the way we speak or act. This day and age, everyone has a phone where they can record a snippet of time. There's a continuum of snapshots recorded for later retrieval that we're seeing on the news and in full view of all of the world. So we have to be cautious about all those things all the time. Character is something your parents and your guardians, and they taught you those things at home. And in school, we've had character rallies. We have speeches by people showing positive character. You've read about people of character. There are posters on the walls. This is not a new thing, nor something that goes away. You will be teaching your children rights and wrongs, the good things, the not so good things, the shoulds, the shouldn'ts. It's a huge responsibility on each individual's part to show themselves as a person with positive character. Now, when I was your age, before